Well, the time is just gone 9 minutes past 8, and we are kicking off this morning on News and Views, taking a look at a new party, introducing the party. We're talking about Rise Mzansi, which is the name of the political party, and going straight across to the chief organizer of the party, Makashule Gana. Makashule, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Inyat, and good morning to the Salam Media listeners and viewers. It is an honor, it is a privilege for me to be part of this broadcast. And I'm coming to you, I'm actually in Tata this morning because tomorrow we have our Freedom Day event here in Tata. So I'm organizing in Tata today.
Yes, looking at the political dynamics of this country, and I'm sure we are going to be seeing quite a few new names on the ballot list when it comes to political parties. And at this point in time, the point I had made in my introduction is people are looking for a political home because generally the general feeling in this country is one of disappointment, one of confusion in what is playing out in the political landscape of this country, particularly with the major parties. And now we are introducing your party this morning, Rise Mzansi, as a political party. Tell us more, Makashule.
Thanks very much. And you are correct in terms of the disappointment that South Africans feel, the betrayal that many feel. There was a lot of hope in 1994 that the democratic government will treat South Africans much better, and each one of us will be able to enjoy the fruits of democracy. But it hasn't been the case. You know, many South Africans still feel that they've been tasted the fruit of democracy, and it is for that reason that Rise Mzansi came to be. You know, and also there's a project that we believe the major political parties in this country have completely abandoned, and that's uniting South Africans behind a common vision, building a non-racial South Africa, a non-sexist South Africa, and an agenda to end inequality and racism in South Africa. So these are some of the push factors that push some of us to initiate and be part of introducing to the South African political landscape Rise Mzansi. And our aim is to build an equal, safe, prosperous, and united South Africa in one generation, because we believe we have it in ourselves, and there are many South Africans, there are many leaders in the country that we are going to activate so that we save and rebuild our country. Our country is too beautiful. It's got so many talent for us to sit on their side and watch it go to ruins. So that's why Rise Mzansi came to be.
Yes. Now, I'm just looking at the name, Rise Mzansi, and I'm sure a lot of thought must have gone when you came up with the name of the party. And it does send a message. It sends quite a powerful message, telling people to actually rise in this country. And just tell us about the name.
Yeah, the name is a call to action to say that we cannot sit on the side and do nothing. We need to rise and save our country. You know, it's in our hands. No one is coming to save us. That's why the call for South Africans to rise and save our country. Because if our country fails, there's no, for many of us, we've got nowhere else to go. So we have no option but to get our country working. And that's why the call to action for South Africans to rise, save your country, rise, build a safe communities, rise, so that many people that are yet to taste the fruit of democracy can be able to enjoy that fruit. So it is a call. It is a call to action necessitated by the crisis we find ourselves in. So Rise Mzansi is born out of necessity. if things were working, if South Africans were safe in their homes, if South Africans were safe in on the road, they were safe in the workplace. If South Africans were there were South Africans, more South Africans moving into the life of middle class where they are able to provide for themselves and their families, then there will be no reason for us to call South Africans to rise. We are rising because we are feeling unsafe. We are rising because many of our fellow South Africans are living in poverty. We are rising because with each passing day, the inequality, the gap, it's increasing at an exponential rate. And that's why we are rising as South Africans, and we are calling ourselves Rise Mzansi.
Yes. Now, just as far as the party is concerned, have you officially launched the party, and how are you actually going to market the party to establish a membership base, and also to increase the membership base and to promote the party ahead of the 2024 elections?
And yet we announced ourselves officially last week, Wednesday, to South Africans. We are getting volunteers. I have said this to on the day, and I will continue saying this. We are not a membership collecting agency. To be part of Rise Mzansi, you just sign up. We are not going to ask anyone to pay any cent to save our country. We won't ask anyone to pay any cent to regulate our country. So to be part of us, you sign up via the website, and you start. It's through the work that we do, talking to other South Africans to be part of Rise Mzansi. That's the greatest contribution that one can make to this effort of saving and rebuilding our country. We have started, going out. Yes, last night we're in Kailicha. We had a town hall meeting in Kailicha. Tomorrow we are here in Tata, as I mentioned when we started that I'm organizing in Tata. Tomorrow we are in Tata. On Saturday we are doing Umlazi. On Monday we are doing social group, and on a daily basis, the Rise Mzansi volunteers are working in their communities to make sure that people know about us, understand why we do what we do, so that we can be able to get not only voters, but get leaders, capable, ethical leaders to lead our country, because we are in this mess because we are led by crooks, and those crooks, it's time for them to go. And we owe no one an apology for making that particular statement. I think capable and ethical leaders in South Africa, it's time for them to rise and save and rebuild our country.
Well, I couldn't agree more with you. And you are talking about ethical leadership, leadership that has been going rogue in terms of unaccountability, and
Mm.
the country. This is a general mood in this country where people are just tired. They don't believe these politicians anymore, and the country is to the point of disaster. Something drastic needs to be done. This country needs to be saved for the future of the country. Just I read with interest that the former news editor Songezo Zibi had actually launched a political party. Just looking at some of the people that are behind this party, and also at the same time, my second question, and I'm just looking on my screen as well. Someone is talking about where is the money coming from paying all these new politicians if they get seats in parliament, and you are on record talking about money should not be a determining factor for membership as well. So if you can just clarify those issues, please, Makashule.
So the money for us to do what we do comes from South Africans. South Africans who donate from 50 rand, 100 rand, to those that are able to donate higher amounts. So we do not turn anyone away. Anyone who believes that our country needs to be saved and rebuilt, it's more than welcome to donate. So us not asking people to pay membership fee doesn't mean that we do not ask people to donate. We are funded by South Africans, big, small, black, white, Indian, colored, Christian, Muslims, and all kinds of South Africans are behind this initiative. And it's important that we reach out to many people, even here in Tata. there are people that are able to provide. For instance, someone who says, you know what, I do not have money, but I do have a bank that can carry a couple of chairs. And these are the kind of donations that we are receiving from ordinary South Africans who see the value that we are bringing to the political landscape. So those are the people that fund us.
Yes, in fact, I was just looking at the picture that came up on the screen, and it does reflect a fair amount of diversity as far as the country is concerned. And this is exactly what is actually needed because of the country. We are a diverse nation. We come across. All different cultures, different religions, and this has got to be truly representative of what South Africa is and who South Africa is. Are you going to be targeting, certain prominent people to be part of the party? Because this seems to be the trend in South Africa, where people look at faces, people look at who, well-known. Personalities in the country that are behind some of these parties. Are you considering that, or are you just going to go and target specific areas, specific markets, just to increase your membership base?
So our approach is not popularity. Our approach is capability and ethical. So if you are popular but you are not capable and you are not ethical, you will not be useful to the project. And the leaders that we seek are those that are capable and ethical. But obviously, we are not. Our door is open to South Africans. South Africans who might find themselves in business, in the media, South Africans in civil society, academia, sports organizations, youth organizations, some who might find themselves that their current political homes are not the kind that wants to unite South Africans and build safe, equal, and prosperous country. Then our door is open. We are not going to turn people away based on the history. We are going to accept people on the basis that they are committed to what we want to do for South Africa. But if people want to come here with the culture of unaccountability, the culture of not being responsive to the needs of South Africans, the culture of stealing money from South Africans, then the door is not open for you. Don't come here. We are not for you.
Yes, and just finally, I know you mentioned Kylie Shah, and at this point in time, you are looking at a road show. And is that going to be your strategy to sell and to market the party to South Africans?
Yeah, we will be on all platforms in it. We are going to be here with you on Salam Media. We are going to be on the ground. We are going to be in Indonesia. We are going to be in Soweto. We are going to be in Diani, in Malamlele, in Nongoma. We are going to be everywhere. We are going to be on Facebook. We are going to be on Twitter. All the platforms that there is, you will find Rise Mzansi in those platforms. There's no platform that will say we don't go because of certain things. Wherever South Africans are, whether it's a church, whether it's a mosque, whether it's a stadium, whether it's a tavern, wherever South Africans are, we will go and interact with South Africans.
Yeah. Well, obviously, there's a lot of hard work from now right until 2024, and it's not long to go. But Makashule, thank you this morning for coming on and being part of the discussion that we are having this morning. We wish you well. We wish your party well. And at the end of the day, all for the country, to save this country. And this is exactly what we need. And, you're talking about ethics, we're talking about morals, we're talking about accountability. And all of this has been lacking in this country. And people are just fed up. People are just fed up, and hopefully your party and will do well, and it will provide a political home for people who want to see this country move forward, who want to see this country saved, and who want to see a good future for this country.
Thanks very much. We cannot afford to give up on this country. We have to make it work one way or the other, and we are going to find. We are going to work to ensure that the country works for all South Africans, and we leave behind a better South Africa than the one that we inherited And that's why we say we are the ones that we've been waiting for. There's no Superman that's going to rescue us. We have to do it ourselves. We have to roll up our sleeves and get this work done. South Africa has to work one way or the other, and we are going to make it work.
Well, thank you very much for this. All the best to you, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Makashule Gana was this morning chief organizer of the political party Rise Mzansi. And with that, we're going to go for a break. We come back. Another political party, the African Transformation Movement, seeking answers on the controversial landing of the ruler of Abu Dhabi and his family coming to spend the day of Eid in the Eastern Cape.